Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade, back playing some more Farming Simulator 17. Hey, we're back here at Lone Oak Farm, and back here in Oregon, we're going to come take a look at our new logging site. This is where we've got our logging equipment moved over to here, and we're doing missions. I've been doing missions on some fields here, and it's almost time to harvest our fields, so we're going to have to probably get on that very, very, very soon here. Deer crossing. Gotta watch out for those deer. Alright, so we come down here. This is actually right beside field 25. We own field 25. There's a little road that comes down through here. Let me actually zoom in here so you can see where we're at. And we come around through here. And this is where it's at. We have to open the gate to get into the barn here. We got our logging trailer over here, minus the truck. I don't know what I did with the truck. You know what? I think I sold at some point. It's been a minute since I've been back here. At some point, I sold soybeans because they are gone. Yeah, we have 0 soybeans. Yes, they are gone. So yeah, that's probably where it's at. It's probably hooked up to the trailer or something to sell soybeans. So this is our new logging site. You can look in the barn here. Got the old trusty Robud in here, the wheel loader. Basically, I can't see it on that map. Let me go back to this map. Zoom in here. So basically, we bought field 46 and 38. We need to buy 37 and 36 just to avoid any conflict there. We can cut any tree from the base of 21. There's kind of an imaginary line right here, probably right where this tree line's at right there. All the way over here. We can cut anything out here all the way down through here. So this is going to be, I think, our next project here. We own all that, and that's why I said we need to buy these, because that way we can just have this whole full area here. We finished logging over here. Got all the trees cut up and hauled down to the sawmill. We need to plant over here at some point, but now we're going to start working over here. Not today, though. I'm not going to work on this today. What I want to work on is missions on the field. Now, I got to work on this. This is kind of funny, and this is why I might change this back to 9 days. Over on Welkers, the planting time is very short. So I think I'm going to change our seasons back to 9 days. So what day are we actually on now? Okay, it's midsummer. Did that change any of my fields? Hopefully it didn't. No, they all look the same. This is actually kind of funny. I did the harvest mission on 34 and a fertilize mission, I guess you'd say, on 34. Let me take plowing off. Yeah, I did a fertilize mission on there, the very first one. And when I got done doing that, I was going to come down and do 47 and do the mission on it. When I got done with these missions on 34, 47 was already harvested. So these guys are harvesting their fields, I guess, when they turn yellow. And then it looks like 53 got harvested already. 18's harvested already, and I just looked at that one. Boy, these guys are really hopping on their harvest here. And it looks like 13 and 21. I did 21. I did this one. This one I did do. But 13 got harvested as well. So if we're going to do harvest missions, which actually pay quite a bit of money, I made $22,000 harvesting the wheat off of 34, so the harvesting missions still pay pretty decent. It looks like 50 is still available. Let's hop down here and get it before he decides to harvest it. It's got canola in it. Normally I would buy this land, but our brownie points are not very high with him yet. So, and check this out. This is with the Case 45-foot header. He's got $27,000 set aside for us to do that. Now, again, the size of this field, look at the length of the mission. It's going to take about an hour and a half to do this. Maybe a little shy of an hour and a half. Probably about an hour 10, maybe hour 15, something like that. But you can make more money with a smaller combine. There's the 45-foot. I'm looking for the 35-foot Case. There it is. Okay, so now that says 35,000. think the Massey said more. No, it says 34. Didn't I see 37,000? Maybe it was 27,000. It might have been. Well, there's the case. It's 35,000. So that's probably what we're going to go with here. I just want to double check to make sure I didn't see wrong. Which I probably did. Yeah, I probably saw the 27,000 is probably what it was. So yeah, we're going to do it with this one. Now this adds more time to it. 171 minutes. So basically in this episode, this is what I'm going to be doing. And then I'm going to end it somewhere out in the middle of this field. Because there's no way we're going to make an hour. And so this will probably actually take an hour and a half minimum. Maybe more. Maybe an hour and 45. So I'm going to be here for the next little bit working on this field. I probably should rethink this. I probably should do something else. Since this is the first episode that I'm recording today. I wanted to get 2 in today, but I guess I could record one later once I get done with this field. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing. We're going to start this. We're going to make a little bit of extra money. We've got 567,000 in the bank. It's not fertilized. If it was fertilized, I would probably go ahead and buy this field. Oh, I really would like. It's got canola in it, guys, but it's not fertilized. See, I've got everything else fertilized. It just wouldn't make sense to buy this without it being fertilized. Maybe we can get him to plant soybeans in it next, and then we'll buy it with soybeans in it. But for right now, we're going to do the mission. If I can find that combine back. Come back, 7130. There you are. All right, let's do it. This is another thing. The spawn area for the missions. If you have crop destruction on, especially on your own crop, no. It's very hard to get the equipment set up because it spawns backwards. But I think we can kind of knock it around here. Go ahead and get that going. Yeah. Ooh, don't drive on our own crop. This actually takes away from our time just a little bit. We'll have enough time to get this done, honestly. So yeah, by the time we buy this field, maybe we need to go ahead and upgrade our combines again. Because this is a large field. So I'm going to be here for a little bit. So I'm actually, this is Saturday morning, July 14th when I'm recording this. I'm actually watching the Farming Simulator Championship going on right now. I'm kind of waiting for the other stuff though, like the trailer and maybe some screenshots, any other news about 19. That's kind of what I'm watching for. So I've just got that running over here on the side. Let me make that screen a little bigger there. There we go. So yeah, I'm watching this. Looks like they're trying to stack bales on a trailer. So anyway, some rumors floating around about 19. They did not fix the rain in the building, rain in the shed issue. I'm very disappointed in that. But that's just a rumor. Maybe it will be fixed by the time they release it. So Giants, if you're watching, fix the rain going through the roofs. It's the little things that matter, and that's a little big thing. The rain coming through the sheds and the barns and the buildings and stuff. So we need to get that fixed. What else were there? The dog will be in the game, but it won't serve any purpose other than just, some little like companion. Kind of like the dog on Grand Theft Auto. He really served no purpose. He just kind of walked around with you maybe sometimes and was just there. So sheep and cows and pigs all are the same as far as functionality and stuff. What else here? Let me pull that list up here. Now, take this all with a grain of salt. This is not confirmed. Most of this is just rumor and, all that fun stuff. It says, hired helpers are clever. Apparently, they now detect field edges and corners, which would be a good thing because them guys are always stopping too early on the fields. You can also bail with hired help now. So, if you want to bail some stuff and you want to hire that out, you can. I want to hire tippers I still think that needs to be a thing. If I'm harvesting my own field, I want to be able to hire the tipper to come to me. It'll do it in the mobile game, make it happen in the main game. You can destroy crops, but you can turn that off. We already knew that. Weeds are part of the game. If you eliminate the weeds from the fields, your crop yield will be higher. I'm actually excited to see that because I don't really run the weeders very much, and hopefully they'll make a spray for the weeds too that we can do. You must now do the fields in appropriate order, which means plow, cultivate, sow, and fertilize. I thought it was already that way. Maybe this says you only have to plow after every 3 harvests, so I guess it will still be cultivate, sow, and fertilize. Wasn't it not already that way? I don't know. Maybe you can't fertilize before you cultivate now or something. I don't know. Maybe they took away the 3-state fert, which won't hurt my feelings. I've actually thought about turning it off back down to 1. Hired workers now interact with the inside cab features, so you'll see them brake, change the gears, move the steering wheel, etc., etc. Horses can be ridden. You can feed them oats. All the animals stay the same. Dog's just a companion. And of course, all the stuff we already knew. John Deere's the new brand. Oats and cotton are the new crops. And we'll have the 3 maps: the American map, the European map, and the Estancia El Apache Southern American map. They are remaking that map, so I'll probably take a look at it and check it out before I decide whether I want to play it or not, to see how different it is. Hopefully they expand the maps a little bit. I'd like to have a little bit more elbow room on my maps. Ground response isn't in the game this year. Developers aren't happy with it, so they removed it. So that tells me that they are working on it. And maybe it just wasn't quite ready for this release for 19. So when 21 comes around, they've got 2 years to work on it. Hopefully they can get it worked out to where they can make dynamic ground a thing. Let me get turned here before I start reading my list again. Shouldn't read and text and drive. I'm not really texting, but I'm reading. You can't read and drive either. So yeah, still gonna have to hold off for a couple years on dynamic ground. I'm disappointed, but again, if it wasn't ready, I can understand that. Now the rain going through the buildings, they can fix that. That's something they can do. They can work on that and get that into 19. I think they just need to get on the ball. You can't buy buildings. Sorry guys, the old voice is going out here. Maybe this will be my last episode for the day. You can't buy buildings. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to take a cough break. Okay, I'm back. Still sound terrible, but I'm back. You can't buy buildings, you can't buy sheds or anything like that. You can buy fields and do missions, but that's about it. I don't know about that comment. Since we can buy placeable buildings and sheds now, maybe they meant like as properties. Maybe they're not listed as properties. The fields are still properties, and then they have the missions for the fields. But I would take that with a grain of salt, because I think you'll be able to buy buildings if they have it in 17, where you can buy like small sheds, big sheds, placeables, silos, all that stuff. I'm pretty sure that's going to be in 19, so I don't agree with that statement at all. But like I said, this is all rumor anyway. Basically, it's just hearsay. There's no validity to this or anything. All rumor. So, if it comes to light, great. If not, remember, it's just not confirmed. And that last statement really makes me think, yeah, this is phony. This is fake. So, but anyway, it's nice to read the rumor mills, to see what people are thinking about, and to see what people are interested in. Oh, this is going to take forever. So this started at 171. I'm down to 163. I've got maybe a 1/12 of this field harvested. I was going to see what one whole pass is, and it looks like it's going to be maybe a 1/12 of the field. So Probably should have done this with a bigger combine. But you know what? I'm going to make some decent buck off this. I'm going to make $35,000. We could use that money. There are other fields that we need to buy. When we come back in the next episode, I'm probably going to buy, like I said, field 37 and 36 just to get those purchased. I've been working on field 21. That's another one that we really need to invest in. Because there's a lot of timber up there too. I'll tell you, those trees though. We had another crew come in and do a further inspection of the trees, and apparently that parasite, the tree weevil, we'll call it, I guess, maybe the tree weevil. Is that a thing? I don't know. I probably need to Google that. But the parasite or bug or whatever is affecting the other trees except for the firs. It does not accept the fir trees. So it's affecting the oak trees, it's affecting the maple trees, and then it started with the birch trees is where we first found it. So I'm going to have to take another cough break, guys. And I am back. Wow. I stay sick all the time, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's allergies. And it may be just coming in from the heat outside. It has been hot outside. It's been like 98, 99 degrees. And that is blazing hot. Especially when you have like 100% humidity. You know, a lot of people, they go out to the desert and they'll say, oh, well, it's hot. I mean, it's 114 degrees out here. Yeah, that's hot. But it really is a drier heat. It really is. You can still breathe. It's gonna be hot. Yeah, the sun's blaring down on you, but you can still breathe. Come down to the deep south. Come down here where we have all this extra moisture at. It is humid. It is like stepping into a maximum top of the line sauna, okay, at its highest setting, and you can't breathe. And the heat, the air quality is just so terrible. It's like you could cut the air with a knife. It's so thick and it's very sticky. The air is really sticky, and you can't really understand what I'm talking about unless you live down here already. When you come down here, you'll see, you'll know. It's very, very humid, and it's probably along the lines of an old Indian sweat tent. I mean, if any of you know your history, Indians used to have sweat tents. They would have a fire in the middle of a large tent or teepee, and they'd have stones out there. And the stones, they would put the stones in the fire, and there would be large stones, and they'd pour water just on the stones, I think, periodically. And that would cause the steam inside the sweat hut. I think that's what they called them, was sweat huts. And or that's what the first term was a sweat hut. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it would get so humid and hot in those sweat huts, or sweat tents, sweat huts, that they would hallucinate. And that's probably what's wrong with everybody down here in the deep south, is everybody's just hallucinating from the heat and the humidity. So, but yeah, that's probably why I'm all sick. I'm coming in from the nice, cool air conditioning and going outside to the hot, humid outdoors. And it is not good for the old sinuses or throat or whatever's going on here. So, alright guys, I'm going to spare you from more history lessons and sick talk with Matt, and we'll get this field finished eventually. And we'll make a little bit of money on here. We can go buy those two grass fields over there. I think we're in good. I think James, what was his name? James Harris, maybe. I think our brownie points are top notch with him. He owns 36, so we'll go ahead and buy that. And Mary Evans, maybe is her name. owns 37. That's the only field that she owns, so we can't do any, extra missions for other fields for her because she doesn't own any. So we'll just have to buy it straight out from her. So we'll buy 36 and 37 when we get done. I'm working on 21. I don't know. I may go ahead and buy it. I may not. It's not fully fertilized, so I probably won't. So I'd really like to have them fully fertilized so we get the maximum yield. Since I'm not plowing any missions, I do not want to do any plow missions. They take forever. So I won't be doing any plow missions at all. That's one downside, but that's 10%, I think, of the yield. And I'm not gonna worry about 10%. Be nice to have, but I'd rather have it fully fertilized, and then we can buy them and have a full brownie point meter. Yep, brownie point meters are a thing now. Alright guys, so I'm just going to continue doing this, get this field finished, and we'll come back and buy those fields, and I guess get working on maybe our fields. We need to get on that. I did set the days back to 9 days here, and I hate to wait on them. I would like to wait. I think you get more yield off of them if they're at a later growth state, but seasons is funny. We don't always get to that later growth state, so I'm going to keep an eye on them. If it says it's at 100%, I may go ahead and just start the harvesting. I probably need to get out and check it with a Wobster when I get done with this field. So we'll do that. We'll buy those 2 grass fields, and we'll come back, and I guess we'll start harvesting maybe. That, or we'll go over and start working on the logging area or something. Alright guys, until next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. We'll see you guys later.